Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Commentary Silent channel where the commentary is not so silent. And in today's video, I wanted to overall talk on why I improvise a lot in my videos. So if you guys know who I am, well, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is T-Moss. You could very well go look up my main channel and you'll probably come across like a freaking galaxy of all my other content, you know, from some of my other channels and stuff. But anyways, but no, in a lot of the videos that I do, if not all of the videos that I do, I improvise. You know, like I usually don't write down scripts. Like even right now as I'm doing this video, it's not a script. You know, like, and even in my gaming videos, my reaction videos, any of that stuff. And people, it's funny because people have gotten on me about that, not using a script and, you know, not putting so much work into my videos. And the thing is this, like, I don't mind putting in work in my videos, but if I can find an easier way of doing a video, I'm gonna do it, you know, because the thing is this, let's say if I mess up on this video, right, I can easily re-record it, you know, so that's the thing, and it's like, and probably the second time around when I'm recording it, I might say some better things, versus I write this script out, I, you know, say all the lines, I do all these other different things throughout the video, I put all this extra work in the video just to lose it all. Like, let's say, yeah, my computer messes up, I lose all of that stuff. I'm gonna be mad. I am going to be heated, bro. No, the reason why I say that is because, and I'm not saying like I find like an easier way to make music, like, but overall though, I remember there was a point in time where I was making a song, like there's this wasn't really a game, but it was on a gaming platform, the PSP. But no, there was this music program called Beaterator. The music producer Timbaland had made that game, or not game, music program, but he had it available on PSPs. So I was making a lot of music off of that. And I remember I made a song that I had loved so much. All right, to me, it was a good song. Probably a song that I still would have been talking about till this day if I hadn't dropped my PSP off my bed, battery pack comes out, didn't save the song, lost it. Lost the whole song, bruh. Bro, when I tell you I was so upset and I had to try to remake that song, it was I did come up with a song. It didn't sound like how it did, but I was so mad because I was like, man, I should have saved it, but I didn't. And so that's why when I make music, I make it off of a PC. I ain't gotta worry about no PC dropping off of nothing, and just unless, like, I don't know, I fall through my room or something. If that's the case, then something happened with the house, all right? But I just, it's something where I'm like, nah, because it's gonna be a lot. Dang, I didn't even realize my shoes might still be intact, but I'm like, PC's done, monitor's done, freaking what else, table is done. Yeah, there's a lot of electronics in my room where it's like it's all gonna be done. PlayStation, Xbox. I'm actually scared now. So, but anyways, jokes aside, what was I talking about? See, that's I guess, like, you know, maybe it's probably is best that I should write down the script for my videos, because that happens a lot. But I don't know, maybe it's old age. I'm only 27, but no, at times I'll be talking on stuff and I'll get distracted. So I probably should write out a script of some sorts. But I think if anything, because that's what I do. There's these two journals that I have where I just write down like at least the title of what I want to do. So if I wanted like a TikTok video or a YouTube video or podcast episode. So if I wanted to talk on Mustangs and Camaros, I'll just write down Mustang and Camaro podcast episode, and then from there, I already know what I'm talking about. But the thing is this, and I think that's why, and I'm not going to say it's like that for everybody. I guess, you know, with some people, they'll use a script just because, like, yeah, maybe on some stuff like me, you know what you're talking about, but you just don't want to forget nothing. It's me, on the other hand, I'm like, no, it's like, I already know what I'm talking about. I do some sort of research, gather those things up, and then I'm like, I get straight to it. So if I'm like out and about or something, I'm like thinking of stuff, pulling up websites, pulling up certain things. That's how I do it. So I guess, like, you know, just the environment is my script. But other than that, I'm like, nah, bro, I don't particularly care for using a script. And it trips me out because people have tried getting on me for not using it, and I'm like, why is that an issue? Why is it an issue if I want to do videos the way I want to do videos? You know, like, if you use a script, you use a script. Me, on the other hand, I'm just gonna improvise. And the thing is this, I feel like it takes so much talent, because that's something where it's like, when I tell people that, they're shocked by it, because they're shocked on the amount of content that I have. And then when I tell them, like, yeah, pretty much all of my content is improvised, from podcast episodes. There might be some, like, even like, I guess like not so much as like a script, but it's like, okay, I'm thinking of what I want to do, so I guess like a mental script. Like, so if I guess if there is anything, I might use a mental script on some things. Like, I just remember that stuff and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk on those things in order or whatever. But other than that, yeah, I usually just improvise. But no, people, they trip off of that stuff. They trip off of, like, when I tell them, yeah, I got like thousands of videos on YouTube, and then I'm like doing all these different streams and stuff, and podcast episodes, TikToks, and people are all like, do you write like a script out and all that? And I'm like, nah. I'm like, I just start talking. I'm like, I think that takes more talent than, because no, when you think of it, like, look at when a rapper gets onto a radio show of some sorts, and then they drop like a crazy freestyle. That's all off of the mental. For those that don't know, yeah, maybe at times they might write that stuff down, and then they're all like, then they just memorize it. But if not, and they're actually they just come up with some stuff off of the top of the dome. It's like, fam, I look at that, I take motivation from it, and I'm like, that's the content creating career I want to have. Yeah, I don't mind. The thing is this, I don't mind. If I had to, I would. It's not like I'm against writing a script, but it's just, like I said, if I can find an easier way of doing my videos, yeah, bro, I'm chilling. So it's because, like, no, for an example, Juice WRLD. When that man freestyled, rest in peace, Juice WRLD, but when that man freestyled, oh my God. At times I was like, hey, yo, like, and he'll be sitting there for like an hour just freestyle, a whole item up in front of this man's face. He's freestyling about it. So that's why it's like, when I look at that type of stuff, I'm like, bro, that's sick. That's pretty dope. Now, I've been doing YouTube way before, Juice WRLD's time and stuff, and a lot of my videos, because I'm trying to think, even like back when I was like trying to find myself, because I spent like 5 years trying to find myself as a content creator and stuff, from 2010 to 2015. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what type of content that I wanted to do. And I'm trying to think, even back then, I always have been a content creator where it's like, I want to record content like at the moment, for the moment and stuff. Like, I just don't, I don't mind spending too much time on it and things. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's like I've always been that creator where it's like I get things done right then and there, versus like, oh, let me, write this out, wait on this, do this, dude. Yeah, I'm like, that's just versus, okay, I know what I'm talking about, I know what I want to do, I'm just gonna get straight to it and stuff. So yeah, it's like, a lot of the times my videos, my podcast episodes, it's a lot of that content, it's usually stuff done like, one take. And the thing is this, yeah, I have messed up a lot, okay? I almost messed up doing this video. But the thing is this, I usually just get that, stuff done out the way, versus like, okay, well, let me spend like a month trying to write this stuff down. And then it's like, because my thing is like, and then on top of that, if I have something else to say, then yeah, I'll just, do another take, record the stuff all over again. And then it's like, yeah, that's the thing. I don't mind, all right? Like I said, when you spend 5 years trying to find yourself as a content creator, you become one of the most patient content creators to exist, all right? So yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm chilling when it comes to, some of my content. But yeah, it's like, I don't mind like, actually sitting down and putting some work in. I've done that before when it's videos that don't really require a script. But it's like, let's say if I'm wanting to put together a montage of me playing Call of Duty or something, I'm like, I got my music down, I already know what editing software I'm gonna use, I'll just use the footage that I already have. I'm saying, like, that's all I really need to do. And I don't mind doing content. I don't mind doing content where it takes some time to do that content. So, but anyways, do I encourage you guys to improvise content? I say it's something that you should give a try. I mean, if you don't, and you want to write out a script, very well can write out a script. But anyways, and that being said, it's been another video on the Commentary is Silent channel. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.